Praise the King. Praise the Most High Yah. So I just started one, but I renamed it because that's gonna be another another thing. So silver hit $50. Crazy work. That silver hit $50. Uh, I can't believe it. Um, Gold is at, or it was at the last time I seen gold. It was at 4,200. 4,200 for gold is nuts, bro. Like legit. It really is something different. Like I never thought it would hit that high. That's showing how much the dollar is really, how much is really dying. Because like we legit can't stop it. And I mean, then they're trying to switch it to the computer money, which I don't trust any government at all to have my money on a computer screen. Granted, it's kind of like that right now with banks and just having like a debit card, but I still have the option to buy whatever I want. Like, I truly do. Once it goes to a digital currency, they can turn your money off whenever. Like, legit, like whenever. That's what they do in China. Like, China has, I forgot what they got in China, but basically, like, they, like, can clock anything that you're doing. Like, everything. Like, if you litter, if you litter in China, that goes against your points or however they scale it. And if you end up keep doing things that they don't like, they can shut your money off. Like no government or anything should be able to control your money. I mean, granted, they can control our money right now, but to be able to have full control and cut your money off is really scary. And with gold being at 4,200, that is nuts. Like I never thought gold would hit 4 grand. Or I mean, I did, but not this fast. Like it's legit climbed $1,000 with within a year. Like that's crazy. Like real talk, I think I'm gonna stop wearing my jewelry. I mean, besides like this and like my wedding band, like all these, yeah, I think I'm gonna start just leave them on the in the dresser or something. Cause you know what I'm saying, like with how money is, and there's no telling when people are really gonna start being desperate and like snatching people's chains and robbing people. Like you know what I'm saying. But that just shows where the dollar is. The dollar is kind of like the dollar is gone, like pretty much, and we can't switch our dollar back to gold because we have supposedly we have the most gold in the world, but I don't necessarily believe that. I don't believe that. Hold on. Yeah, I don't believe that we have the most gold considering you have the brick nations, right? You got the brick nations and they're all buying gold at kind of like a crazy rate. And I don't think we'd be able to keep up once oh, I can't watch that. But I don't think we'd be able to keep up with the BRICS nations. There's too many nations, and on top of that, we're going to war. Well, we're at war. Now, people can say whatever they want, but we're at war. We're actively at war. And when you look at all these different states, and I'm just gonna use Portland because that's where I just moved from. When you look at Portland, and you know this is a crazy thing too. So I used to live in downtown Portland. I used to live in Chinatown, and the weird thing about Portland is people go to Portland from everywhere in the United States. Like I don't know how, but everybody kind of will stop through there. There's been homeless people from New York, from Florida, from Michigan, like just random people that end up like just end up there, end up being homeless. I don't know if they get shipped there. I know a lot of them get bused there, and then they vanish. It's a crazy thing, but that's something else. Uh, I was talking to this one guy talking about something, and then I think I was talking to him about Jesus, but he got on the topic of like we got on the topic of World War III, and this was I don't think Trump was elected yet, but he gave me this person's name. I should have wrote down his name, but he gave me a person's name. Granted, he was a drug addict, but he was a functioning drug addict, and he wasn't homeless that long. And he has said that World War III would start in Chinatown in Portland. That kind of threw me because when you look at all of the things all around the United States and all the random explosions and that thing that happened with what's that with Vanguard and BlackRock where they had messed up that town. When you look at all these things and all the things that the United States actually has, we have kind of pretty much every mineral and like everything. We just don't drill for it, and we don't harvest it. And people are saying like now that because we're like going to be at war, we want to buy these things from these other countries so they run not necessarily run out, but we'd rather use theirs than use our own, which makes sense. But let's keep it a buck. When you look at the this younger generation of kids, and let's just say 35 and down. I'm 34. Let's just say 35 and down. Who's going to drill and collect these minerals and all these things? And all these kids that are younger than me, let's just say 25 and down, because they would be the ones that are really getting to it. 25, by the time you're like 40, 35, 40, that's when I would think everything would be done, where we'd be trying to get America back going. I don't think America has 10 years. I'm just being honest. I don't think America has 10 years. And what showed me that was China with that balloon. So there's this dude that has a YouTube channel. His name is Canadian Prepper. And he's this dude in Canada, and he watches all the news and whatnot. And that dang balloon went over the whole United States, and everybody was like, "Oh, shoot it down, shoot it down." And and they were saying, "Oh, we're scared to shoot it down in case it falls on something." Canadian Prepper had a guy that went on his show and was talking about that he's been uh, using those balloons since like the early '80s, and he said that there was no way we could have shot it down. How high it was, we couldn't have shot it down, which makes sense. And he was saying that the only way to be able to catch something that was up that high would to be as soon as we seen it, like as soon as we seen it in like coming off the ground, like in the water, we would have to destroy it then. Because once we see it and it's going up, we don't have anything that can that can hit it. And plus we don't know what's in it. We don't know what kind of payloads in it. So say we did shoot it down, right? And it had a nuke in it. I don't believe that China would necessarily use a nuke. I feel like they would fill a balloon with like drones because the balloons to make aren't really anything. They're not nothing to make. Like they're basically higher balloons, but they're not. They're like better because it's their science space like um warfare, like how we have like the military and the army and navy. They have one for space, and they have crafted these balloons, and how high they are. We don't have jets and things like that can go up that high, or we wouldn't we wouldn't send somebody up there to destroy it and they have a bomber like a nuke in it. Because if we shot that balloon and it had a nuke in it, it would kill all of our electricity, all of it. But just how we be doing, like how Trump be doing threats to like China and everybody else, bro. The Chinese are not stupid, and they're gonna play the long game, like on something else. Biden letting all the immigrants in, like that's what I'm saying. Like people don't think we're at war. I feel like it. Honestly, I feel like it started with Obama. I feel like this has been a long, drawn out scheme, but it also shows that um, Biden just continued what Obama was doing, and just with Obama saying that it's okay for gay people to get married, that was a start. That was the the U.S. and the left introducing the LG plus plus negatives and all that. Uh, then Biden happened, and then it ended up being a whole bunch of other stuff, right? Then we got an open border, so we're invaded without being we got invaded with a whole bunch of sleeper cells and criminals because right now at the moment folks are only worried they're only worried about the criminals. They're not worried about the sleeper cells. They're not talking about the terrorists and uh like nobody talks about the I can't remember what it is, but it's basically it's like nuke. Like it's the stuff that goes into a nuclear bomb so that it got into the United States and people like completely forgot about this. It got into the United States when Biden was still in office. They were looking for it. I want to say it went through either New York or DC, and uh, they were having like planes flying over, and they were looking for this trace of the nuke matter or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called, but they were looking for this nuke matter that could make a dirty bomb. They never found it. Where did it go? Why is it not talked about? So, and then how many terrorists we have here? And I'm not talking about like I'm not one of those weird people where it's like, oh, it's ISIS. No, it's I believe it would be a group of different countries. The Chinese came over, Iran, all of them, all the Muslim cats came over. I mean, everybody came over, and then you got Venezuela. I feel like the Venezuelans. I feel like that was just to completely throw us off of everything. Like we're worried about them as like okay, they're like a street criminal, but they're not even on like a cartel level. Like granted, if the Venezuelans clicked with the cartel, that would be bad. Granted, they pretty much are, but they're not because they got their own little thing going on. Um, I don't know. It's a mess. Like I'm really waiting for. I'm still waiting for. I'm still waiting for it to pop because something's going to happen. Like we just had what was it? Uh, oh, is the ammo plant where they made bullets and bombs and stuff that blew up. I forgot where that was. I can't remember if that was. It wasn't Colorado. It was I can't remember, but it was somewhere, and it blew up. And they were talking about it was one of the military. They're all military. Any warehouse that makes ammo and makes like bomb anything, any ammo facility that is they all make ammo for the military. Period. Now it's us. We need to worry about ammo. That's what we need to do. Do people think about it? No, they don't. People don't ever think it's going to go that far. People think that America is just going to be, where we can live like this forever. No, every look at all the great, all the great countries that fell. They all had a good reign, but they all fell at some point. I forgot what the number of years is, but they all have a a time limit, and it's always kind of the same. And I think that's kind of more of what we're waiting for. We're waiting on that. Like places aren't buying silver. I don't know why places aren't buying silver, but I don't know. It's almost like people are like scared to hold out because I don't want to get rid of my silver. Like I don't. I mean, I'll get rid of gold. I will do that, but I mean, I'm also still gonna buy some. I don't actually. I won't even buy silver now. Silver is that shit. That's $50, bro. So even with me buying a round of silver, well, buying an ounce of silver, that would probably be like $55. And I was buying them at like 22, 24. I stopped buying silver when I think my last silver round that I bought was $32. So it was really 28, but spot was like $4. Um, yeah, that's that's a lot. And I mean, it's just gonna be it's gonna be a really it's gonna be a bad time. I don't think people are really grasping the seriousness of it. Like I really don't because China can send the balloons over. China sent one of the first balloon. Because I know they're gonna send another one at some point. They sent that over, and that one just took pictures and sent the pictures back to China. Flew over the whole United States. They know it can't be shot down, mind you. They know that it can't get shot down. So would stop China from letting out 5 balloons. You can say 5 balloons and just let them go in different parts of the United States. One flying over the Northwest, one flying over like Mexico and going into like Arizona, or no, they'd probably shoot for like Texas or something. One flying straight over into like the heart of the United States, one over the South, and well, they probably wouldn't do one over the South, but they would probably do a couple over like New York and one over like DC or something, and open the balloons and drones come out and just do what the drones do because everybody ain't seen that what the drones been doing in Ukraine. Like, bro, that's kind of scary, bro. Like real talk. I ain't trying to run from no drone. Yeah, I mean I'm cool with a shotgun, but I don't think I'm that good to shoot something that's flying like that. Like I haven't even shot a bird yet. Like that's my thing. I do want to go like bird hunting, but I mean that's yeah. I mean that's something else. I mean unless you like, I mean I trust the old dude with a shotgun 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like we just have like two pump shotguns. You, I'll hand you the shotgun. I'll load the other one when it needs to be reloaded. Like yeah, because them drones they be blowing up and stuff. Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool on that. And I mean, I think China's the biggest threat. And with Trump going to Israel, I hope he doesn't go because if something did happen to Trump, that would instantly start a civil war, like instantly, like within hours, like within hours, they would people would start flipping out. But I think if they and there's so many countries that's having issues with Israel, and they talk about the Iron Dome. The Iron Dome can't stop what we have, what China has, and what Russia has. I don't believe that. And say any of China or Russia sends one of those kind of missiles over, even if the Iron Dome did stop it and blew it up, that bomb blowing up that close with poor radiation, and it's gonna knock it. It's gonna fry everything. Everything electric is gonna fry. Like, oh yeah, everything's gonna fry. But and even with that, that means that they'd be able to send another one. That means Iran would be able to bomb them. Iran, Iraq, and all of them, they'd actually be able to bomb them, and that Iron Dome is not going to work because everything's going to be fried. And Israel's gone. I feel like people need to seek the Lord. I think that's it because God says it in His Word. If you if you turn from your wicked ways, um, I'm gonna paraphrase. If you turn from your wicked ways and and repent and basically serve me, I'll heal the land. That's what needs to happen. America needs to be healed. But that's what I'm saying. It's man, it's the principalities that rule the world is what's going on. And man, yeah, there was this lady, man, that was I was watching a short and she was talking about Jesus dying on the cross. And she has said that we still need to sacrifice. We still need to sacrifice animals. No, we don't. That's why Jesus died on the cross, because he was the last sacrifice. Why would we be sacrificing animals? There's no reason. That's And then you got the Schmishmortion, you know what I'm saying? All those, like, that's not sacrificing babies. Like, that's what that is. And then there's like zero remorse for it. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of like here or there with it, but my thing is that's innocent blood, and like they talk about that in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't spill innocent blood. You know what I'm saying? Revenge is his. Period. And like people that be doing that to babies, they haven't done anything. And then people want to compare babies to the death penalty. People that get off in the death penalty is because they did something heinous. So most likely you took life. If you take life, that's kind of what happens, unless it is just. Unless there's, unless there's like a reason, but it has to be a reason why you took life. You have to be defending, you know what I'm saying, yourself or somebody else. You can't just go and, you know what I'm saying, do something to somebody and then not expect your life to be taken. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Um, but I mean, I think that's just why people need to seek God, because it's too much confusion in the world, and that's like, you know, people now are so selfish. Like, a lot of things are being God's for sure moving his people around, because like this weekend was like really really rough, like beyond rough. Like, I seen, like, I had family turn on me, and I mean they can say whatever they want, but when you're sitting in the presence of a person that was your enemy for years, let me just go ahead and just break it down. So my baby mom had took my daughter, and she says that she has unsupervised visits now because she provided all the things, but uh, there's missing things. Anybody can say whatever they want. Sure, we're gonna figure it out in court, but she didn't give her back, so that's fine. But when I'm going to pick up my daughter, you're not at the location. You say you're. I call my daughter and I talk to her, and she says she's at She's at her, another location. I go to that location, and my sister's there, and one of my cousins, and my sister does not like my baby mom at all, like, at all. And yeah, I guess my mom was uh was there when my daughter was there, and my baby mom was in there with her other kids, and they was like just sitting there talking and like being like friendly with each other, which is weird, because how can you go from despising somebody to plotting against me with this? So you're my family that turned on me and plotted with somebody that you hated. Like, you hated this person. You told me to get my daughter. I got my daughter, able to do all the things, able to move, get married, and now you're conspiring against me. You're plotting against me. That to me does not make sense, especially with you telling me for years since I lost the first case when my daughter was 5.5, something like that. That I need to get my daughter back. Now that I got her back in sole custody, you're trying to work against me. But the devil, or yeah, the devil, the devil will have enemies conspire together, and all the things. I've been like kind of looking into it. What it is Jezebel. That's the spirit that's working. It was a house full of Jezzies, and it was lying to my daughter, and my sister and my mom always always told my daughter the truth about who had her when she was a baby, because I had my daughter. Like, I was paying child support and had my daughter full time, doing swim classes and ballet and all these other things, soccer and all this. And I was getting $80 checks, like legit. I was getting $80 checks like for 2 weeks. And I get my check and cry in front of everybody. You feel me? And I don't know where I was going with that, because I just got my feelings hurt a little bit. Uh, Going back and thinking about stuff like that really hurts. And then, oh yeah, that's what it was. They was my daughter's whole life. They've always said, "No, we had you. Your dad had you." So when my baby mom is at the house with all of them, well, my aunt and my sister are telling my daughter in front of her mom that her mom had her when she was a baby. No. And why are you trying to bring confusion to my daughter? That's what I don't understand. That's a weird one. I think the hardest thing is to a hard thing is to forgive, but we're told to forgive because revenge is not ours. It's not. And I mean, with my walk and everything that's happened with me, like getting my daughter's sole custody, that's not nothing I did. I didn't. I never used evil with evil. I didn't do that. I mean, there were times where I was bothered, but I'm not a hateful person. Now, once upon a time, yes, as a heathen, as a Gentile, yes, a person that did not have God in him, yes, I was very hurtful and hateful, and oh yeah, I wanted all the revenge, all of it. But I mean, when you get to a certain point, is why. Well, actually, it wasn't even why. Once I lost my daughter in court when she was 5.5, there was like no fight. Like, I was kind of done. That's why I got on drugs. Um, but like 2 years after that, I wasn't fighting my baby mom no more. I'm not gonna cuss you out. I'm not gonna do none of that. There's no reason to. You know. Um, I think it hurt. I think it hurt the most to see that my family turned on me, and there is no communication. It's just you guys are just conspiring against me. And for my aunt to be a woman of God, or what we say, where do you think that's okay to manipulate a child? But that's the thing that people don't be knowing. When people are moving righteously, and I'm not saying I'm the the best out of the bunch by far at all. I stumble all the time. But when God has something for you, He has something for you. When your life is going a certain way and certain steps, especially steps that you cannot do, why would you even attempt to try to get in that way? But that's I don't know if that's the flesh or if that's the demons that work on people, because what I think it is, well, actually, no. It's what it is jealousy. It's jealousy. It's envy. It's why couldn't that be me? It's a whole bunch of things. Granted, I'm not saying that they want to be like me, but the steps for me getting sober, I was on drugs, got an apartment, got Section 8, was living, get, getting really close to God, stopped doing drugs completely, really full focused on Suboxone and my sobriety. Um, my my mom got sober. My friend got sober. My mom was an alcoholic a huge chunk of my life, and when God is doing these things, and you know that it's literally not nothing that you can do. It's nothing. I didn't do none of that. I didn't apply for Section 8. I've never applied for Section 8. Never a day in my life. How did I get it? I don't know. And they used to ask me, "Oh, how'd you get Section 8?" The Lord. And I don't know if they thought I was playing with them or like not trying to like tell them how I did it. No, I don't know how I did it. And if I didn't get it, being honest, I was still paying child support because I didn't have my daughter. I wouldn't have been able to pay for my apartment. So God has set up all these things for me to be able to have my daughter right, right there. Well, not right there, but she's 2 bedrooms over. You know, um, uh, I end up, I got her. I got an attorney. I got her. Found my wife. You know, and it's these things. And even with my walk, the more that I learn in reading and things like that, it showed me that the things that my family had taught me were wrong, especially about God. Bro, that's weird. That's weird, bro. Um, well, I lost custody of her when she was 5.5, and I would have her for 3 weekends, um, 3 weekends a month. So I had the first 5.5 years, 5 years. But towards the end, though, me and her mom were actually doing 50-50. But there we go. Uh, yeah, we were kind of doing 50-50, and she just took me to court like out of nowhere. So I had the first five. Her mom had the next five because she had her until she was like 10, and I got her at like 10 and a half, and I've had her since then. What state do you live in? And yeah, do the stuff that you need to. If you pay child support, pay child support, do all the things. Like I just got, oh yeah, that's another thing. I got my child support cleared. I got sole custody. Like that's another thing. Like getting sole custody as a man is is something different. Especially in Oregon. Uh, it ain't like nobody know. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody know who you is, but that's all right. Get an attorney. That's what I'm gonna say. Get an attorney. I'd have spent some money and getting an attorney. You got to do it. Well, get an attorney. If you owe child support, try to, or what I'm saying, like I hope you're not one of the people that don't pay child support and just try to dodge jobs and stuff. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt your case. Um, Hopefully you only got one. That makes it easier. Um, yeah, I mean it's going through custody cases are rough. I mean, mine was kind of really opening, not opening shut, but I mean, my baby mom had all kinds of CPS cases, and my daughter was like missing like mad amounts of school. Like I had to get my daughter in therapy and like a whole bunch of things. You know what I'm saying? Um, like that's how I ended up getting her was because it was I don't know if I can say this on here. Well, either way, it was a whole bunch of stuff. So I was able to get my daughter, and it's a beautiful thing. Um, I'm pretty sure I landed a job. Uh, is that your real name, JC? But yeah, I think I don't think that people understand how much uh, jealousy and pride um, affect affects their everything, like their relationship with God and things. That's dope. That's my name too. I just don't tell nobody. Is that your name? Just JC? 'Cause I mean, you're like the only other person that I've ever seen that besides my uncle. Um, yeah, I mean, there's a lot in the Bible that talks about oh there's a lot in the Bible that talks about like people that conspire against you. And like when you look at David, right? All the times David was like in caves and hiding and all those things. Them Psalms were so good. Like they were so good. And he was like, man, I am surrounded. The Lord, help me. They finna get me. And yeah, he was always good. Like he was gonna get killed by his son, his soldiers, all the enemies. Everybody wanted to kill David, but he was good. And that's what I'm saying. Like I think it's 1,000 to fall to your left, 10,000 to fall to your right, but you'll be all right. Pretty much. I paraphrase a lot because I'm not gonna be like, yeah, that's the word. No, it's something along them lines. But oh man, so this weekend I should have knew it was something crazy. So we're driving to Portland for my daughter's visit with her mom, and we're going like we're on a freeway, and there's four lanes. This car's on the far left and drives all the way to like an exit, but he's sideways, like he's driving diagonal through traffic. I don't know how he didn't lose control, but he didn't, and it was close. And I'm like, oh, bro, like I like covered my mouth because I'm like, he's gonna spin out because it was wet. Nope. So we keep going. It's maybe like an hour, hour and a half after that. We're going to a turn. We're turning. It's like a long turn, and then there's cars coming this way turning. There's these like cinder block dividers, and this I want to say it was like a SUV was driving, and it was kind of turning, and went straight into like the medium. If the medium wouldn't have been there, we would have been hit like head on. The car hit and like bounced, like was bouncing, and like the police was like kind of like right behind him. I don't know if he was running from him or what. So there was that car accident. We get to Portland. Baby mom was like, "Oh, I'm not finna give you your daughter. You can get her on Sunday." Okay, so I keep the original order. I'm going to the pickup spot. We're on the freeway and we're just kind of like not really. We're talking a little bit. Me and my wife, we're talking a little bit, kind of more in the days though. And this car pulls up next to us, or like it's on the freeway next to us, and we just hear pow. So I kind of like, I kind of flinch a little bit, and this tire is just like going, a tire pop, and then like he gets over in front of us, and like is like slowing down like in front of us, like get over, like get off, get off the highway, and then they pull over, yo, and I'm like, what is going on? Like I was confused, but then that's what I was thinking about, like a thousand will fall to your left, 10,000 will fall to your right, but you'll be all right. Yeah, I'm like, praise the Lord. But that's kind of crazy. But there's I think there's only I'm not trying to say that there's only so many signs that God will give you, but if you're not in obedience, he'll make you be in obedience, or he'll kind of let you be not necessarily destroyed, but he'll let you go through it. He will make you bend the knee, and if not, that pride is going to tear you up. Like that's what gets people is pride, and that's why shame is so dangerous. Shame is super dangerous because it'll keep you from God because you don't think you can be forgiven, but you can always be forgiven. That's why we. That's why I really pray about uh, my family because I don't want to have any whatever reason why you guys are doing that. You guys are doing that. No matter what, I love you guys. If you guys feel that that's right, then that's that's what it is. The way you're going about it is wrong, 100%. Anybody didn't talk to me. Anybody reached out to me. Anybody did nothing. You can be mad because I don't have my daughter around you guys like that. But then also, you know, there's been a lot of um, tension between me and my aunt. Cause see now I'm like not even really so much as calling you mom, you know, and yeah, man, it's the wicked deal with the wicked, because I can't. If somebody was to do what my baby mom did to my sister, I don't think I could deal with them. And just like my sister said, for years, I can't be around her. I can't see her. But yet you're sitting right, but you're sitting in her face, and then you're lying to my daughter and telling her falsehood. Where do you guys think that's going to get besides bringing division into my house? And then, I mean, what I'm teaching is the word, which the word says the opposite of what you guys are doing. I'm trying to live right. You guys are mad, and that's what I'm saying. You guys are mad and you guys are jealous because I'm doing what I'm called to do, and your guys' spirits can't get down with that. We're not the same. Just because people say they're your family, like just because you're blood, that does not mean it, bro. It don't. It don't. Because I see I'm one of the only people in my family that's truly walking the way I'm walking. And like I said, I'm not the best. I'm not the best. But I'm not one of them people where I'm gonna say, "Oh, God knows my heart." Nah, you got to change, bro. You got to work. Like you got to work at it. Granted, there's times where I'm like, you know, like have a hard time praying and don't necessarily want to read, but you have to. You got to build that spirit person up. You have to, because if you don't build that spirit person up, your flesh is always going to just do whatever it wants. The flesh sucks, and because we're not disciplined in the spirit, that's why we continue to do the things that humans do. Um, because yeah, I mean, back in the day, I probably would have. Yeah, and that's another thing. I feel like they were trying to get me to go to jail just because of the things that they were doing, or just the way that they were acting, and baby mom being stupid and all those things, not giving me my daughter. Back in the day, oh yeah, I'd have been just walking around with a gun in my hand. But I mean, we're talking, we're talking. I'd even give it 8 years ago, because I mean, I've only really been walking with God for like the last like 5 years. Like being honest, like since I got my apartment. Well, this isn't my apartment. This is my new home. Well, this is my apartment, but this is not Portland. Uh, yeah, from getting off drugs and being in my apartment and seeking the Lord for myself. Praise the Lord. And seeking the Lord for myself. It's things have just been so much different. Nice. Is that sober or finding the Lord? Um, yeah, I don't know. It's different when you find out who you are. Oh yeah, praise the Lord. It's different when you find out who you are, and once you find out that Jesus is the way. Because granted, yeah, I was raised with Jesus, but it wasn't like, oh, we're gonna sit down and pray. It wasn't those things. That's something I had to get back with the kids and doing. We need to start praying again. But we've been kind of just trying to get adjusted to being out here. But yeah, no, we gotta shake that up. Too much too many things going on, and that's the thing with the Jezebel spirit. So Jezebel wants to distract you and wants to keep you from the Lord. And that's how Jezebel wins. Distractions and all the threatening, like trying to scare you. That's one thing my baby mom has always been. She's always been privy to. She's always tried to intimidate me. And granted, it sounds crazy, but if you guys were to see her, it would be even more funny because she's really not intimidating. She just talks. She has a very loud bark. Like it's very loud. Like she knows what she's talking about, but she doesn't know what she's talking about. Um, and it's sad too because I watched her demise. Like I watched her legit self destruct, and I tried to help her, not self destruct, but to like stay like focused. Helped her with her relationship with her new baby dad like a few times. Yeah, saved the relationship a few times. Um and yeah, I don't know, she just, well, then she got into the rocks and crystals and sage and all that. And then like I remember during court she would always, oh, why are you telling Mari, why are you lying to Mari and saying God's real? What? I'm like, Monica, you, oh, my bad. That's her name. But I'm like, you seen where I was. Like, I was just a junkie, bro. Like, legit. Like, straight junkie. Man, oh, man, don't do that. I did not know. Hey, I feel like we are getting there with all the earthquakes and the birthing pains and rumors of wars and Israel and trying to make peace. But I believe that anti is here, but not known enough. Like it's not. I don't know. This is a hard question, but I know we're in there pretty deep. The Euphrates River. What is that date? The date he got here. Um. Yeah, because the Euphrates River ain't dried up yet. Like that's. I mean, that's what I'm really looking for. Yeah. I don't look at those. I don't do none of that stuff. Um. But the Euphrates River hasn't dried up yet, so that's one. Um. I mean, he's gonna try to save. Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily say that. He says do look, but not like I don't think it's like that. Everybody interprets it different. I think it's gonna be I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I know it's kind of I know it's terrifying. Period. And I don't think we have I don't even think we can grasp like really what's going to happen and like how much us as believers and followers are persecuted, how many people are going to take the mark. Because I feel like honestly, I feel like the principalities of the world and all those things. Yeah, I mean, like the rulers of the world. Like when you look at all of the Rothschilds, you look at them, look at the all of these leaders of all these nations, but we will never truly know. But when you look at the Vatican, when you look at these types of things, the Vatican should have never said, yeah, yeah, I'm going there. The Vatican's never should have said anything about gay people. Right. they never should have said anything about gay people. Like that's cool because you can't be a man of God and say that it's okay. Now, am I gonna tell a gay person that it's not okay to be gay? No, I'm not. Like, I'm not. I'm gonna talk to him about Christ. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna say the way you were living is wrong because check this out. When I was in the world and I was a Gentile and I was a heathen, the way I was living, if somebody told me that I wasn't living right and I need to give my life to Christ, I'd have told them to F off. And that's real. Like, oh, I wouldn't have said F off, but I wouldn't want to hear it. Like, it'd been like, all right, bro. Like, I'm gonna go sell this weed. I'm gonna go hit this lick. I'm gonna go, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna go get drunk. That's, and you're not supposed to do that as a believer. I'm not gonna agree with it because that goes against what we're supposed to stand on. We're supposed to be bold and conforming and just agreeing with things that are not true and that are not right and biblical. We're not supposed to agree with that because it goes against the word. And that means you're being a person of the world. We're just in here, we're not of it. Um, yeah, but I mean, I don't even think that these people are. I feel like a lot of these people are possessed. I think the people that rule the world that we don't see, like the Rothschilds and you know people that run Vanguard and BlackRock and all these all these huge companies. That's like Elon and the guy that runs I think it's Facebook. Oh, nobody's perfect, bro. None of us is perfect. That's why we got to ask for forgiveness every day, or we should. Um, but yeah, man, it's I feel like they're all possessed because I mean we have a lot of things that we cannot explain. Yeah, I mean possession has been a thing for years. I feel like honestly, like it might sound kind of weird. It, it might sound weird, but I feel like there's a good chunk of these people that are hundreds of years old. That's what I honestly believe. Like because like people believe in reptilians. If you believe in reptilians and like aliens and like all of these different things, why couldn't you believe that a person is manifested and constantly possessed by a demon where they live forever? And then we got all these kids missing, and they got like all this witchcraft. And they burnt that dang red heifer, man. They sacrificed that heifer. I don't understand why they did that. God don't like that. It's like they're trying to bring on the end. And I mean that was a conspiracy for a long time. And like the Mason stuff, the Freemason stuff is different. I don't know what be going on with that. But there's so many things that we just don't know as well. Sure about what I was saying a lot. um, there's just a lot of things that we just do not know, like at all. I do think it's funny though. Well, they said it was a practice because the heifer you're right. I feel like well I feel like they did, but even if they did or didn't, they're not sacrificing to the Most High because one, we're not supposed to do that, and two, You're sacrificing a heifer to something else. That's not of God. That's something else. Why are y'all trying to live for the Old Testament and sacrificing? We can't even sacrifice that much. We can't sacrifice that much for our sins. Yeah, how much were they? How much did they sacrifice? They sacrificed a lot. I gotta look that up and see how much they were doing that. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's God's I don't know if it's God's plan. I wouldn't necessarily say it's his plan, but I think it's what he said what was going to happen. And when you type God, do a capital G. Always do a capital G. Because the little G, them is the little gods. Oh, it's for sure gonna happen. People are stupid. People want to live by the Old Testament, but they don't read the New Testament. They read the New Testament where Jesus is all nice and yeah, but he's not like he's not he's tough. Like people would be acting like Jesus is sweet. And I don't think they read in Revelations neither. He comes back with a sword. You know what I'm saying? He comes back drenched in blood. You know, like he's not playing. And in the Old Testament, like God was killing everything. Sodom and Gomorrah, fire, straight fire. Egypt, everything. They got everything, but they got a lot of gods over there. They had a lot that they was dealing with, like Ra and all of them. And it's crazy that all of the when you look at all the continents and all the different races of people, they all have like all these different gods, but they're all the same gods. Because that's like Thor. Is it Thor? No, Odin and Zeus. They're both Baal. They're Baal. Um, Ashtaroth. I think Ashtaroth is the one that's in India that has like all the tongues and all the arms. Like it's really weird, man. But in Russia though, they did Putin had opened up a like a church that had a whole bunch of paintings of like angels and all these different things. And the 12 and Jesus was black. Well, he might not have been black, but he was dark skinned, which I mean, when you look at the scripture, it kind of describes him as being dark skinned. Granted, none of those things, well, not none of them, but the one of Jesus should not be up there. That and it's because it's we're not supposed to have any images of God because us worshiping that's gonna be an idol. Um yeah, because that's like all those white Jesuses, those all those pictures. There shouldn't be a there shouldn't be a picture of Jesus because nobody knows what he looks like. So yeah, that's a no no. That's like when people say who's the Antichrist. You can't say who the Annie is. You ain't supposed to do that neither. and he's gonna reveal himself. He's gonna say, he's this. I don't know. It's a lot, especially when you go to thinking about how how far things have gotten on a spiritual level that people just do not see. Generational curses. Let's get on generational curses because this is one thing that I've been like really focusing on for like the last like three 3 years, 2.5 years. All the things, if you have addiction, or yeah, if you have an addiction for anything, um, like sleeping around or just any kind of fornication, um, alcoholism, drugs, um, if there's abuse in any form, there's a greed towards money. When you look at all these things, look at your grandparents. Look at your grandparents and see who had issues with any of those things. And then look at your uncles and aunts. And then look at their kids. Look at the lineage and see who has what traits. Your kid is going to have some form of trait of some sort. With you, you have to you have to destroy these things, which is, you know, well, one, you got to repent. You got to ask God to remove these things and to show you what these things are. I was a very angry person. I was abusive. I was a whole bunch of things. And giving my life to Christ, He literally makes you new. Like, there's nothing nobody can say. I was one of the angriest people, and I don't know if that was from being molested as a kid, but that also made me abusive. And, then my mom being an alcoholic and I couldn't like talk to her, and then being raised by my aunt that was like my mom, and then had like a relationship but not something I can really open up to. Like a lot of things. I just had a really rough upbringing. But granted, it was cool. Like I was alive. Like I wasn't dead. Could it have been better? Yes. Is that my fault? No. But the generational curses is what made it that way. If I can continue to feed my children, my future nation, the way that I am now, that will stop because they will be focused on the Lord and not have time for that enemy to be able to corrupt, and then also they don't see it. Me and my wife, we're sober, completely sober. Like we're trying to stop nicotine. I've been doing these little uh like Zens, but I haven't smoked in like a month, and probably like a month probably like a month and a half. But I'm off Suboxone. Well, I'm off fentanyl. I'm off Suboxone. I'm like 8 or 9 months off Suboxone, and nicotine is like the last is like it. I don't have to worry about lust because I'm married now, so that's not bad. Um, because that was the thing for a second too. Um, you have to really break these things And I mean, it is a good thing that your kid sees you do this because it shows them something different. It shows that you can do this with prayer and with Jesus because you can't. I mean, getting out drugs by yourself, yeah, I mean, I guess people can. I didn't necessarily feel like I could. And I mean, was the that's what brought me to Jesus. I was sorry. I was I was withdrawing for the first time and didn't know what it was, and it woke me up out of my sleep, and I'm like, what is this? I'm just like tingling and not cool. And I just prayed and I was like, hey, Lord, I do not want to do this no more. Like, and I just kind of left it at that. And the next morning, asked the girl that I was with, if she wanted to quit doing drugs and start a family. She said, "You can stop doing drugs. I'm not going to." Okay, so you're gonna have my kids being drug babies? Nope. And I moved out. Same day. Got up, moved out. Um, and yeah, that was legit my journey to seeking God. And from that point, I moved in with my aunt, got a job, um, called 211, told them my situation, told them I was a drug addict, wanted my daughter back, and this is the situation. And I'd say like a month and a half after that, I got a call from this guy and was like, "Yeah, we're gonna some program," and he was like, "I'm gonna help you." I forgot what he said, but I'm gonna give you a hand with getting started with life because he was like, "I know you're on child support and it's gonna be hard for you to get a place." And yeah, I would say it was like a month after that, so like 2.5 months in, after calling 211, I got an apartment. First apartment had a two bedroom apartment. Didn't have to pay for the furniture, nothing. Like everything was like pretty much paid for. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that is God. That's not me doing that. And then um like a month, 2 months. No, it was 2 months. 2 months after that, I got Section 8. Don't know how that happened. That's God that did that. Um, Now I no longer have Section 8. I am married. I have sole custody of my daughter, and I'm doing the things. You can't really beat that. I mean, and then I mean, Section 8 is only for uh, a temporary thing. Because I mean, to me, it's 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 almost embarrassing, but it's not because any other way, being on child support, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I wouldn't have been able to have a place for my daughter. 500 a month is not it wasn't chump change considering I wasn't making that much. I mean, I was making something, but I would have been able to pay rent and keep the lights on and like not have food, let alone be able to like do anything. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. Being able to have my daughter full time, like having sole custody is like different, and like just like to know that you don't have to like worry about like the decision makings and like stuff. Because when I had the emergency order and I had my daughter, I what is that? Oh, it's a dang tag. Um, yeah, because as soon as I got the emergency order and got my daughter, she was a week late for school, man, because it was just like a weird timing. And then I got her enrolled in school, And I asked her what she wanted to do, like what kind of sport or like what kind of activity you want to do. And she said she wanted to play basketball. So she played basketball. And it's crazy because when I had her when she was when I had her when she was a baby, she did a swim class and then she did ballet. She did gymnastics. she did those. She did each of those twice. She did soccer once, and then when I went to court, she was in piano. And all this is by the age of 5. And when court was over, well, I had to take her out of piano because her mom wouldn't take her because of the time, and that sucked. And then I mean, the whole time she was with my baby mom didn't put her in anything. She didn't put her in nothing. So as soon as I got her, I asked her what she wanted to do. She said she wanted to play basketball. I love her to death. She's not a basketball player, but it's cool. I don't mind. She can't shoot though. She can't shoot. We got to work on our dribbling. That's it. But I mean, I'm not a basketball player. Um, yeah, it's nice. Now she's playing. I forgot what's that thing that Squidward plays? Clarinet. Yeah, clarinet. She plays the clarinet. She actually plays the clarinet pretty good. Clarinet. Yeah, she plays it pretty good. I don't know if she wants to do basketball this year. She's in middle school now, so now they got like tryouts and stuff. That's kind of wild. So hopefully she makes it, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The world is getting really, really slippery. I think that yeah, I think people just need to seek the Lord because I don't know. I feel like Russia is gonna do something wild, and I don't know why China hasn't moved on Taiwan yet. But we already said that we're not going to help Taiwan. We've already said it because I think Trump offered them protection basically for 50% of the chips. The I forgot what they're called. But basically like the chips to basically everything like AI, phones, all those kind of like chips. I guess they have like a whole bunch of like warehouses or like facilities for them. And we wanted 50%. And they said no. So they're going to let China take it over. Somebody said that they had them rigged to blow. So China couldn't have them. But why would you do that? Because if you, I mean, being honest, if, right, but I think that's going to be a chip in the hand. Actually, man, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be because I be almost thinking it's the jab. I hope you didn't get the jab, brother. I'm almost thinking it's the jab because I think that was just a check, just to see who would conform and just go with it. And I don't think a lot of people are built for being outside and not having anything. Good, good. Praise the Lord. Yeah, see, there's a lot of people that didn't get it. I didn't get it, and I caught it 4 times. I think I caught it 4 times. Yeah, Steven was something else. And only people don't even get it no more. I think it was too. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like the the jab is I feel like that has something to do with it. I feel like there's like two parts of it because they have like people that have like looked at the jab underneath microscopes and they have like all the little nano parts or whatever and whatnot. And then like a whole bunch of weird stuff are coming out where people say people that got the jab aren't human no more and they're like transhuman. That's what it says. Once you get the jab, you're transhuman, and then your blood, like our blood, because we didn't get the jab, is more valuable than people that got the jab, which makes no sense. That makes no sense to me. Um, because when you want the blood with the jab in it, considering it's something everybody's supposed to have, no. And then like the first person that got the jab, he has no arms or legs anymore. Like they're just gone. Something happened, and I mean, people say it's like population control, but I mean, even if it's not that, why why would you force all these people to get this jab? That's why I didn't do it because it didn't make sense to me. Why are all these people? And then they were offering people money, like they were offering people gift cards and stuff like that. Like, bro, you just got a jab for $200. As you don't even know what's in it. It hasn't been. It ain't been 10 years. It ain't had 10 years of study. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't had none of that. So these folks are just sitting here doing that and then getting boosters, and now we have more crazy people than ever. Like, mm-hmm. And then the drugs too. The drugs are like changing. Like, I mean, granted, yeah, the drugs are always changing, but the drugs are, I don't know. It seems like they're affecting people way different. Like the weed is different. Like I don't smoke, I don't do anything, but the weed is different. Like when I hear people like talk about weed, like yeah, the weed smells good. Like I love the smell of weed. I love being high off weed. If I could smoke, I would. I can't. If I hit some weed like this, I'm going to throw up. Like legit. I asked God to take that away from me like a long time ago. I think I was 20. Nah, I wasn't even 20. Nah, I was like 19 because my my grandma didn't die. Nope. I'm like my grandma had just died and I was smoking and then I was throwing up. So I just turned into an alky. I just turned into an alcoholic. But yeah, it's people talk about like how weed doesn't keep you like high like how it used to. Cause I remember like I used to get like really, really good weed back in the day, back when it was $40. You know what I'm saying? You knew somebody you get, like a $30 eighth. $40 an eighth is crazy. Um, now, man, I be seeing them now for like $5. They be having $5 eighths, but they yeah, they talk about like the height is like real intense and then it's short, so it doesn't even seem like it's real weed. Like maybe if you grow it yourself, because I mean I grew weed a few years. Yeah, I had like 3 seasons, and I mean that was, you know, everybody said that was good weed, but all the dispensaries, it's almost like they spray the weed or something, and it's like just not good weed. They just spray it. Um, all don't do cocaine. All the cocaine has fentanyl in it. Don't let nobody tell y'all nothing different. If you want to know, go somewhere and get fentanyl strips and test your cocaine. If you do cocaine, all cocaine has fentanyl in it. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. If you smoke crack, you can't cook it out. It doesn't even cook out. Everything cooks out of cocaine. You can cook anything out of cook. You can cook anything out of cocaine except for fentanyl. It does not cook out. Ask me how. Done the research, and I tested batches from years, like range of years. Yeah, that could be on the weed. Um, yeah, I don't know what it is about fentanyl. I don't know if it's the chemical in it, but because yeah, I'm not gonna explain that. But anything in uh in cocaine will be around it. It'll be around whatever you're cooking it in, and then that's whatever the cut is. Fentanyl does not cook out, which is scary as shit. Like, and they legit do it for the addictive like traits, but I mean, cocaine's already or crack is already like addictive. So why would you put fentanyl in it? They just want to put fentanyl in everything. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like they're just trying to kill us. Don't get me started on the food. Man, the food. Jeez. That's like being out here, man. I've gained 10 pounds. 10 pounds. That was 220 when I moved out here. I am back to 230. I don't know what happened. It's all good though. That's because I'm not working. But I'm pretty sure I got the job though. And get back into some maintenance. Get back into doing things. You know, it's been a minute. Oh shoot. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Get that one. I got another interview. I need to check see when it is. I don't know if they ever email me back, but I don't know, man. Why is it so hard just to be a normal person? Like people make it truly hard that it's almost unbelievable how people are like just on a like a human basis. It's really disgusting. And then it's like my walk is like different than your walk. So why are you like jealous and you know being ugly towards me because my walk is showing results, but you feel like you're kind of stuck in the same spot. Well, I mean, one, you're in Portland. That's why I be telling people. As in what? Oh yeah, Billy Graham, man, he's the man. Billy. Yeah, I like Billy. Um, Anthony Mitchell, he's good. Um, what's the other guy's name? There's another dude. He's kind of like a Mexican dude. Actually, I don't know what he is. Um, I don't necessarily listen to people. I mean, I listen to some people, but not really. Like, there's not like many people I listen to. Billy Graham is always good. Uh, Jordan Peterson, he's good. Um, he is a believer. He just really He's just really, really. I don't know. He's real smart, but he's kind of different. He's kind of different. The Charlie Kirk situation really irritated me too. Was Charlie? He talks good. He had good debates and things like that, which was, I mean, common sense stuff. But it's gonna be a lot of things like Kirk. It's gonna be a lot of that stuff. And then you look at the how the enemy attacks our kids, like at the schools and things like that. Oh yeah, man, Billy's the truth. I like Billy. And Billy, yeah, uh, yeah. I never heard anything really anything that made my spirit kind of question it. Like that'd be the thing is when I hear certain things and makes me question, or it doesn't sit right. So you gotta follow it with like you gotta look into it in the scripture. What's his name? Marcus was Marcus Rogers? I don't know. He's a black dude. Uh, it might be Marcus Rogers, but then there's another one. I forgot their podcast, but it's two white dudes. There's a bigger one, and then he's not that big. He's just bigger than the other guy. And then there's him, and then there's another guy with like glasses. Um, do you read the Bible? I think a big issue that's going on too. Good. Have you read the Old Testament? Because a lot of people just read the New Testament and don't uh don't go to the Old Testament. Okay, good. Yeah, 'cause the Old Testament got some gems in it. Yeah, that's like Sodom and Gomorrah. Like I don't think folks was understanding because I was talking like I talked to a lot of people about how when the children of Israel got to the promised land and things like that, and God was like, go to these heathen nations and kill them and get your land. And people were like, well, why would God do that? Right? Praise the Lord. And people be like, well, why would God do that? Well, when you when you look at the history of it, and when you look at these nations, these were heathen nations. Um, these were not people of God. So he called us. You know what I'm saying? He didn't call them. Now, if they turned from their wicked ways, but at that time it didn't matter. He chose Israel. So Israel was his people. And all these other all these other heathen nations were worshiping Baal and was it, I think I'm not even gonna say it. It's something with an M. Um, why can't I think of these dang all these other little G's, right? So he told them to go kill these nations, and you won't lose. Doesn't matter. Just go kill them. And then the times that they didn't, like who was it? I think I want to say it was like Saul. He had told him to go kill like everything, and then he kept like some ox or something like that, and then like his like the king, and then something happened. I can't remember what happened. I don't know if he lost his throne. Something like that happened because he didn't listen, and he was already like doing things the way he wanted to. And then there was there was a guy before him back when Israel was fighting like all the Philistines and stuff like that, that he had stole some silver or something like that, and they had lost the fight, or they had lost like the next fight, or that fight or something like that, because they got slaughtered. And they came back and they were like, "What happened?" And it was because he like took some silver. And I want to say they stoned him to death. And then yeah, there was another person that said we don't have, oh, it was that same dang lady. So this lady said we don't have to the old test or the old law is dead, or like which law did she say was dead? She said the old law was dead. And now I seen another video where this old man that said that because somebody asked him what day Sabbath is, and he had asked him was it Saturday or Sunday, and then he said Christians believe Saturday or Sunday. Well, they don't believe. He didn't say what they believe, but he said that Christians celebrate on Sunday. They go to church on Sunday. He didn't say what day Sabbath is, but he said that we don't have to celebrate Sabbath no more, which is completely wrong. That is not right. Keep the Sabbath holy. That is a thing. That's for sure a thing. That's not something that's going to be forgotten or given up, and something you not supposed to do. Nah, you gotta do Sabbath. Now, do I be cleaning up and doing stuff on Sabbath? Yes, I do. That's something I need to work on. Right. Which day is the seventh day though? That's a cold handle. Praise the Lord. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Nah, just look at the calendar. Look at any calendar. Sunday is the first day, because when Jesus was in the tomb, it says that he rested on Sabbath, and he rose on the first day of the week, which is Sunday. There's a whole bunch of things that they try to like change like real subtly, and that's like pretty much all of our holidays we are not supposed to celebrate them. Like Christmas is not. I'm trying to think of where it is, but it talks about it in the Bible. Is it Deuteronomy? I always butcher that. I always butcher that name. Or I don't think it's Leviticus, but it talks about. Um, does he call it a cross? But he talks about a tree and putting ornaments on it, like decorating a tree, which it's Christmas. Right. And it's for us. It's a rest day because once you rest on Sabbath and like you can see that that is actually a rest day and it's like it's legit for us. Like it does get you right for the week. That's why that's why church doesn't do it. That's why you see most churches they'll have Sunday service and then they'll have like Wednesday because it's not enough. If you're not resting on Sunday, it's kind of a we're just I think it's just we're just so used to doing it that it's just a routine. But that's why he gave us that day so we could rest and then rest in him and give him that time because yeah, that's what I need to really full force in my house. There's a lot of things that need to slowly change. Well, actually, it's not a lot, but I need to do things as a leader of my house, and that's just that's just what it is. Um, yeah, that's it. I don't sugarcoat things kind of to nobody. I just kind of say how it is. I'm not the most perfect person. Like yeah, I say I talk about God, but we're all flawed, and that's why you just talk to God, and then God talks back. Do you know that in Islam that they believe that Jesus is a prophet like like what's his name Muhammad, and then they yeah that's crazy to me, and then they believe in Allah, and Allah is the Father. Because I was talking to like a couple of different Muslim people like a couple weeks ago or last week or something, and they were talking about how how much they pray, and well, this one guy was saying how much he prays, and I had asked him, does he hear God? Like, does God speak to him? And he said no, and I was like, you never heard of him because he knows I believe in Christ, and he said he believed in like he was a Muslim and he was Islam and all that. So I started asking questions because I don't know, I don't know nothing about them. He told me to read the Quran, and I'm like, read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna pick up some heathen. But I told him I'm gonna look into it because honestly, I do want to look into it because when he was explaining the Quran, it sounds like the Bible, but just perverted. Like I don't know if that makes sense, but the Bible came first, and then the Quran, and the Bible is from a whole bunch of people from all over the world in different times, and all of everything fits together. The odds of that of the odds of that happening, and then the prophecies actually have happened. Now, the odds of that happening is pretty much zero. Like it's zero. It's hitting the lottery and getting struck by lightning twice. That is it's just not going to happen. And in Islam, Muhammad got a like a pen or he got something from uh I think Gabriel, something like that. And he got the pen or the tablet or whatever it was from Gabriel or Gabriel. I don't know, one of the angels, right? And Uh, Muhammad took it to somebody else to write everything down, and that's where the Quran came from, which doesn't make sense to me. And Jesus is real in the Bible, but they don't believe that he died for our sins. So they believe that he like pretty much faked his death and then like rose and then was gone or something like that, which it doesn't make sense to me. Then you have like the end, like the end of the Quran is pretty much like Revelations. He says that Jesus comes down from the sky and he comes down with another angel. Well, Islam is Ishmael, bro. That's Ishmael, and is it Ishmael? Oh yeah, and then they call Jesus Esau. Like I think that's weird too. Like how you gonna call Jesus Esau? That's not even the same. That's not even the house of David. Um, oh yeah, so Jesus comes from the clouds with praise the Lord. So Jesus comes from the sky with another with an angel, and then they fight like the anti, and then Jesus dies. And I was asking him if Jesus isn't God, because he was trying to tell me that Jesus isn't God and they don't believe in the Trinity. If Jesus isn't God, why did he come down with an angel? Why did he come down? Like, and then it's pretty much just that's just the end. Like that's it. Everybody dies. That's it. Blew my mind. That doesn't make sense to me. Uh, and then and like Zeus and all of them, it's almost the like Von Holla is uh like their heaven type thing, but like all like the best warriors go there, and at the end of like their time, this wolf will come. Like it's like I think it's a giant wolf, and then they'll fight this wolf to the death, but they will lose. Like they know they're gonna lose. So who is this wolf? Is this wolf Jesus? Sounds like it's Jesus to me. I had a coworker that was all into that kind of stuff, and she just knew a whole bunch of like random things. And yeah, like all these, all of these things, all these places have all these different like gods and depiction of God, and there's too many principalities. And then they talk about Ishmael. They say that he'll have like a great nation. I'm pretty sure it's God that's talking to uh who's Ishmael's dad? This is gonna drive me crazy. It's not Jacob. Is it Jacob? No. Let's go. I don't know where my Bible is right now. Because hers, yeah, hers isn't like mine. It doesn't have the thing in the back. I got a whole like family tree in the back of my Bible that has the lineage of like everybody. It is Abraham. And yeah, because for a minute I thought it was Esau, but no, it's Ishmael. He said that what's it called? That Ishmael will have a great nation, but basically they'll be heathens. Um, he didn't hook up with the maid. The the wife didn't think she could have kids. That's where they had Jacob and Esau. This fool, yeah, he's a nut. Uh, but yeah, I don't know, man. And they're really radical. Like they don't be talking about how uh all like the little weird stuff. So I had asked him about like his wife, like Muhammad's wife, and I was like, yeah, I heard that he was like he had married like his wife, and she was like really young. He was like, oh yeah, she was something I forgot something. He tried to like talk around it, but you know, I guess. But there's a lot of I don't know. It's weird to me because there's people say a lot of stuff about Islam and how they if you're not Islamic, then pretty much you're a infidel. Basically, I'll be saying heathen, like you know, because you don't believe in the Most High God, you're a heathen. But it's you are you're a Gentile, you're a heathen. Because who was it? It was Paul was talking to he was talking to somebody, or he was talking to like rude people, and he was saying something about basically you're a Gentile, blah blah blah. I was like, hey, wait a minute, you called me a Gentile for a minute. Oh, kind of irked me, but I mean he's right. I for sure was that. Like, don't forget where you came from. Before you knew the Lord, you was a heathen. That's why we got to spread the word and continue to have people seek His face, or at least turn to Him, plant a seed, let Him be the increase. Because yeah, I'll tell you, it's only getting worse. I don't know. The Islam thing is kind of is kind of weird, right? And people fight over the whole the whole race thing, right? Because the people that's over there in Israel right now are not not the true Jew. They're not Hebrews. They're they're not. I mean, unless they believe in the Most High Yah, they're not. And yeah, I'm not gonna get into that part. But people confuse the land Israel with how God talks about you know don't hurt like not to mess with Israel. Pretty much when he says not to mess with Israel, he means us. He means his people. Um, See, and that's a good question. Who's the true Jew? Who has the blood? Now, I would say that the blood has to be somewhat of a of a black descendant or of a dark descendant because of where they came from. Um, all the white Jews over there, that that's not accurate. And um, Hitler ran them out over there. So like there's that too. Um, and then let's take it a step further. Back when back when the children of Israel, right? It's not about the nation at all. Well, we are the nation, right? Praise the Lord. That's exactly what it means. If like back when the children of Israel had got the promised land and they were living there, God had told them not to take any wives of the heathen nations and not to worship their gods, or you will lose this land and you will become slaves. That's exactly what happened. They started marrying other women and lost the land. If you look in a Bible, like the back of certain Bibles, it'll show you how big Israel was. Israel was a good chunk of land. Like Palestine was a good chunk of Israel. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, do they believe in the Most High? Because people, you know what I'm saying, like, is that the same? Are we, is it the same God that we're worshiping? Because I mean, at the end of the day, yeah. So they can't be Israel. They just reside there. Like people talk about like the Jew. I thought, you know what? I used to think Jew was a bad word. Like when I was a kid, I used to think Jew was a bad word. Like people made it sound like Jew was like a terrible word. Um, but like the Jewish people, I don't even necessarily know where they came from. I know that now they're translating some of Hitler's speeches, and it talks about the Jew. The true Jew does. Now the Israelis and all of them, that uh, man, all of them is probably Ishmael and them, right? But where is Judah at now? Everywhere. They're everywhere. Right. That's what I was saying. They're everywhere. And that's why now we are, yeah, they're spread out because they lost Israel. That's the whole thing I was talking about. That's how they ended up everywhere. because you will come become slaves, and you know, yeah, it's yeah. Because for a minute, I was just for a minute I did just think that it was the no, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. What are you talking about? Who gonna return? You talking about Judah? Talking about Israel? Israel is here, bro. We Israel. Jesus don't want nobody to be. He don't want nobody to be cast in the fire. That's why we're them. Because what was it Paul? Paul was wasn't he a Roman? I want to say he was a Roman, and he put in the most work for the Lord. Um, yeah, yeah, but they know once that temple is built, and that's what I'm saying. Like, have you noticed that's why that land has always been contested over? It's because it's not Judas. That land's for whoever. That's never gonna be a. That will never be Israel's ever again. Not until he comes back. If he, and that's the thing too, because he talks about New Jerusalem. New Jerusalem is gonna be once he, I believe, that's what it sounds like to me. Is once he rounds up all of Israel and he builds New Jerusalem. That's what I believe. And everybody else is gonna be outside, not believing in the Lord, and they all just gonna die. I mean, yeah, you can build all these fake temples and all that. Uh, Leviathan that came out the water. You know, we had the two was it the two prophets? I think it's gonna be two prophets that's gonna walk around and prophesy and do wonders and things like that. You know what I was thinking too? Because he says that it's two prophets. So nobody's in heaven right now, right? The only people that are in heaven is Enoch and Elijah. Those are the only two people that are in heaven. Everybody else is asleep. So whenever you hear that, like if you go to a funeral or you hear anybody say, "Oh, they're looking down on us," and da 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 da. So then it's gonna be Elijah and Enoch. Don't know how, because them is only two that's in heaven. Now, what was it? Yeah, whenever you hear